Hello, we are backstage with Oliver Pinder just before this feeling's big in 2026 at the Brunel in Leeds. Oliver's a singer-songwriter from Bradford. His music's rooted from confessions, grief and release. You recently released your EP Too Late to Tell You in November 2025.
Yeah.
We've not got long before you go on stage, so let's start that clock.
Yeah.
This is 11 minutes with Oliver Pinder.
Nice.
So, you're not far off going on stage for This Feeling's Big in 2026.
Yeah.
What's going through your head right now?
I'm kind of like feeling prepped. We've had like a busy day today, so we did like a final rehearsal at the other side of Leeds. So we've like been at it all day. So I'm kind of just like, can we just play it now?
Knackered.
Yeah, but not knackered. I'm like,
It's anticipation.
I'm ready.
yeah.
I'm ready. Let's do it. But got a couple hours yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just questioning whether I'll look too bloated if I eat a pie. or
pies in here.
Yeah,
but I'm
pie
minister.
I'm tempted maybe order it for like 15 minutes after we're off stage.
Yeah, pre-order it.
Get them to come then and
Just
do
as you're
that.
walking off stage.
Yeah. Give me my pie. And
Some people want caviar and other stuff.
I'm not
you're a
bothered
pie
about
kind
that.
of
Yeah,
guy.
pie's great. Pie's exactly what I want.
That's
Yeah.
a Bradford background. You release music as a solo artist, but you play live with a band.
Yeah, there's 5 of us.
Yeah. When did you realise that setup works best for you?
Kind of just kept growing, to be fair. So originally the plan was it's just going to be me and a drummer
Okay.
with track, which is a bit fakery, but I was like, it's going to be easy. We can do it in a car. It'll be super sweet. And then it was like, all right, okay, maybe we do want a bassist. And then gradually it became like 2 cars worth of people and things. So yeah, and it kind of just keeps growing as well. Like the team's building out in terms of, like, I'm definitely at a point like that's enough people on stage, but we've got now a sound engineer that's come on board, which is quite exciting, and just kind of building out that team, I suppose, which is really nice.
That's good. Someone that knows your music
Yeah,
can make
yeah,
a
yeah.
massive difference
Yeah,
to the live set,
100%.
can't it?
He just made days like this super just chilled. Cause
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
well, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Nice. When you first started gigging on your own name, was there a part of you that felt uncomfortable with that? Was that always something that you wanted to go under Oliver Pinder? Did you ever want a band name?
I was quite young when I started, so like I started playing and doing music when I was like 11, 12. So I think for a long time it's just been me. I had a bit of a break for a bit and came back to it like maybe 4 years ago, but it's just kind of second nature, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been points where I've been like, oh, maybe we should like turn it into a proper band, but then it's
Have you had
I
the
don't
same
know.
people the whole time?
Pretty much odd swap outs here and there, but like Morgan and Harry, my drummer, have been like there from day one, and then Tucker's been here for a while, and then we kind of, the thing is, a lot of my band work in the industry, so availability
Right.
can be, we usually have like 2. We've got like the main member, but then someone that can fill in if they're not available.
Yeah, a super sub.
Yeah, and like for example, Joey tonight, who's playing drums for us, probably has played more gigs with us in the last year than our actual drummer has, because
really?
our actual drummer's just busy.
Coming for the job.
And this week he's sprained his wrist, so yeah, I got that call on Monday. I'm like, for God's sake, we'll have to work out what we're doing here. But yeah,
Logistical nightmare.
yeah.
When you watch your clips back online from your shows, what do you notice about how far you've come from when you first started?
Oh, it's mad. Can I swear?
Yeah,
Oh, no?
sure.
All right, okay.
Fuck yeah.
So I watch videos from like when we first started playing as a band, and I was like, this is shit. Like, it's really bad. But I mean, it's probably not. Like, I was proud of it at the time, but like massive progress. And even like from like the last gig we've done, like we've put a fair bit of time this last month into rehearsing and kind of getting kicked off for the new year, and you're like, all right, you see the work pay off every time you play. I think that's it, innit? Like you just get better by doing stuff, and you do see that growth gradually over time anyway.
Nice. So, is there a lyric or like a part of a song that really hits you when you play it live as opposed to just listening to it on streaming?
Yeah, so I wrote a song about my grandma, well, specifically about my granddad passed away before I was born. My grandma has been like by herself for like 30 years, and she never moved on. She never wanted to get with anyone else, and I had a conversation with her about it, and I wrote this song. But my grandma passed away a couple of weeks ago, so I've had a couple of... No, it's cool, but she... well, not cool, but you know what I mean. But, like, so whenever... Now, the last couple of gigs I've done, I've been like, oh my God, like, I kind of dreading singing it in a way. I've not cried yet, so we're all good. But
Uh-huh.
I've stayed strong. But it's like a bit of an emotive song anyway. But
Yeah.
it's kind of hitting a little bit deeper than what it did when I wrote it, I suppose, because it's got a
Yeah,
little.
it's
Oh,
fresh-
definitely,
it's
yeah.
fresh
Meaning,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. What has been the most unexpected reaction you've had from someone at a show?
Ooh. You know what? So I'm so bad because there's probably like loads I could give you, but I have to give you the recent one because it's the only thing I can remember.
Freshest in your mind.
Yeah, but we did a gig here. There was like some charity gig for like kids, specifically making music accessible to young people, and maybe young people with like a disability and stuff. And we played a gig here, and there was just this kid that like was just so reactive at everything, and it was great. I was like, "You are the big. I want you at every single show," because you're just like, he was just hyping up every single song. I
Proper
can't remember what
hype,
his
man.
name was. Might have been Lenny. And literally every single time he was like, "That was great. That was bloody great." And I was like, "Shouldn't be swearing." Yeah, cute kid. But yeah, I suppose that was kind of a bit of a weird gig because it was like literally just playing to 150 kids. I was like, "What do I do now?"
Damn.
Because I'm quite bad for swearing on stage.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't do that. I need to really think before I speak.
What's your dream venue to play? I mean, this one's a great one, but you got something on top.
Yeah,
of the
it's hard actually. So we headlined here last year, and that was kind of always the thing we were working towards. It's weird. So one of my dream venues, I played a support gig in London, a venue called Amira. Really kind of like similar size to this, but just a beautiful room. But I think it's just closed down recently. So it's always been like in the back of my head, I'm like, I want to play Amira. I want to play Amira. It's gone. So I
Never
probably
got
need a
played.
new one, but I don't know. It's hard. There's so many good ones.
What about a dream festival?
Dream Festival, Leeds Fest, I feel like is the
Yeah?
standard. Yeah,
You
that
ever
was.
been?
Yeah, since
Every
I was
year?
like 14 or something.
Nice.
I don't anymore. Like
Why is that?
well, my tent got set on fire one year, and I think that put me off.
Oh,
a lot.
shit.
The last time
That's
I
a
went,
good reason.
yeah. The last time I went, I drove every day and just came back.
Really?
Which
I
is
suppose it's only down the road, isn't
commitments
it? You know, like
But,
20 minutes down the road.
At a festival, it is a commitment that cause you just want to drink and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leeds Fest, Glastonbury, obviously, I think is like standard answer. But yeah, I don't really have.
Big one like that.
Yeah. I suppose that's it. For a festival stage would be the real thing. And for me, I'd be like more than happy to play like the opening slot on the Festival Republic stage at Leeds Festival. Like that'd make my
It's just being there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
100%.
stage as a lot of your favourite bands.
Yeah,
isn't it?
definitely. It's always good at festivals when you're like around other artists and like you play and then you go see one of your favourite bands later in the day. I feel
Yeah.
like that's like a real kind of
Uh-huh.
monumental feeling.
And the free ticket.
And the free ticket's always good, yeah.
Tell us your funniest gig story.
You should have prepped me for these questions and what I think about now.
Messaged you last night.
Yeah, favourite. What was the funniest gig story?
Yeah.
Dylan, who's playing guitar for us tonight, we were playing a gig in Hull, and he came up on stage, but like, sorry, I'm
right.
beating your mic up. He came up on stage from the front, but literally just fell face
planted.
first and face planted the stage. It was quite bad. And he was quite. I did. My GoPro was up, so I've got the video footage. But he's told me I'm not allowed to.
Oh,
use it.
if you can send us that footage.
He's told me I'm not allowed to use it.
250 quid on You've Been Framed.
I didn't work it out for a birthday, but it's a bit of an effort to find the SD card now. But I will do one. Yeah.
Right, we're going to do some quick fire
We
questions.
can do that. Are these easy ones?
It depends.
Yeah, depends.
Acetate struggled with the quick part of this.
Had to be quick.
They were just about fire round.
Yeah, let's do it.
Over to you, Chris.
So, tea or coffee?
Tea.
Late nights or early mornings?
Late nights.
Texting or calling?
Calling. You can't get through to me.
Fair enough.
By text. If you text me, you're not getting an answer. I'm really
Sweet or salty?
Ooh, sweet and solid. Popcorn.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Summer gigs or winter gigs?
Summer.
Lyrics first or melody first?
Depends, but usually at the minute lyrics.
Melody lyrics. Beatles or Stones?
Beatles.
Taylor Swift or Harry Styles? Stumping everyone on this one.
They're both charge a ridiculous amount of money for the tickets, so I don't really know. Maybe Harry Styles, I think.
Vinyl or streaming?
Vinyl.
Yeah.
That was a quick fire round.
That was quite good,
That
though.
was all right, yeah. You nailed that one.
Nice. Good.
So, what does the next 12 months look like for Oliver Pinder?
Oh, lots of gigs, lots of releasing kind of consistently on the bandwagon of just releasing loads of music. Starting from next month, we've got a new single out, and then it's kind of like every 2 months from there. We're working on a bigger project at the minute this year. So like for next year, which is going to probably consume the majority of my time. That's about it. Loads of gigs.
Can we ask you a little bit more about that bigger project?
Yeah, I don't really want to speak it into existence in case it doesn't happen. But we're writing
You don't want this to come up.
more songs than an EP, basically, and we've kind of started work on that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, we'll look forward to keeping up with the progression of that.
Yeah, that's pretty much timer. This has been Oliver Pinder. It's been great to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
You're just about to get on stage at This Feeling's Big in 2026 at the Brudenell in Leeds. Again, thank you very much for having a little chinwag with us, and we'll see you in the crowd.
Nice. See you soon.
So if you've enjoyed this episode, as always, don't forget to give us a follow at BeatRoots Podcast on all social media, and obviously give Oliver Pinder a follow. What is your socials?
Just all Oliver Pinder, like Tinder with a P.
Oliver.
Oliver Tinder.
Tinder with a P.
That's on everything.
Yeah, everything.
Easy to remember. They're the best
Really
ones.
easy to remember,
That's the
yeah.
people that get the most followers.
Yeah, well, proof in that.
Proof is in the pudding.
There we go. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
We'll
very
see you next week.
Oliver.